Welcome to my channel. I'm Marda, and today we're going to do a Vinyasa flow class. Please start in a seated position. I'm sitting on my knees today, but if that is not comfortable for your knees, you can sit cross-legged or sit on a block. Bringing your hands down on your knees. We'll just start with a couple of deep breaths. Make sure you're lining your earlobes over your shoulders, and your shoulders are right over your hips. Where no matter where you're sitting, find that alignment. Close your eyes and take a few breaths here, inhaling to the full depth that you can, way deep down into the lower lobes of your lungs. And then open mouth, exhale, let it go, soften as you do so. Inhale. And open mouth, exhale. One more deep breath in. One more complete exhale out. With your hands down on your knees, we'll do a little cat-cow movement here. So as you inhale, draw your chest through your shoulders. And as you exhale, round and tuck the chin. Inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Sit up tall again. Bring the hands behind you. From here, your fingertips are facing forward. And just lift up through your heart and chest. Maybe the feet or the hips lead the feet. And then walk it back. Let's clasp the hands behind your back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. I'm going to turn this way. From here, go ahead and lower down the forehead to the mat. Maybe your hands are coming up high, or maybe they're staying down by your hips. Big inhale. Big open mouth exhale. Lower the hands. Walk the hands out in front of you, and we're going to come into an aligned tabletop. So lining up the hands underneath the shoulders, the hips and the knees are in line. Drop your head and just find some organic movement here. Whatever feels good. Circles around, or maybe some barrel rolls through the spine. And then go ahead and come up into a neutral spine. Let's bring your knees wide, your toes to touch, and sink the hips back to the heels. So reach the fingertips forward. And maybe the forehead finds the floor. So as you're reaching forward, keep the shoulders integrated into their sockets. So as you pull back, you're broadening through your sternum. We're going to add a little twist here. So stay on the left forearm, bring the right arm high. Let's go ahead and roll that wrist and the shoulder out. And then thread the right arm through, palm is up. Your left fingertips can still reach forward. Settle in on that right shoulder. And then again, onto the left forearm, we'll come out just like we came in. And then we'll switch sides. So you're on the right forearm, left arm high. Roll out the wrist and shoulder, inhale, thread underneath. Right fingertips forward. Couple big breaths here. And then back onto the right forearm. Inhale the left arm high. into a tabletop. Reach the fingertips towards you. You can tuck your toes under too, so we're gonna rock back and forth. I always like to come into a little bit of a wrist work, finger work, before we come into that first downward facing dog. And then hold the stretch, lifting the heels of the hands, and you're pressing into the big toes. Now bend the elbows and find that stretch in the fingers. From here, roll out one at a time. Come onto your fists. Your fists are pointing outward, and just spend a little time on the tops of your wrists. You can lift up your feet, point and flex. And then when you're ready, go ahead and come into that first downward facing dog, setting your foundation. So the index fingers are parallel and you're spreading your fingers nice and wide. We're trying to use the fingers more than the wrists in this posture. So if your hand's all curled up, you're not using your fingers. So spread the fingers wide, index finger parallel, and then send the hips high. I always like to start with my feet a little bit wider than hip width, so I can find this little organic movement routine. So bend and straighten your legs. Move through your body in a way that warms up this posture. And then we'll worry about more alignment in a moment. And then when you do come to stillness, your feet are hip width. If your heels aren't touching the floor, that's totally fine. They can be up. But if you've got a roundness in your upper back, I want you to bend your knees a little bit so you can get that roundness out of your back. From here, bring your feet together. Inhale, right leg high. And step it just in front of the left foot. Do this slow walk to the top of the mat. And then once you get there, widen up your stance. Bring your hands to your knees. And the knees are bent. Bring your thumbs to your hip crease. Draw your hips back. So you're finding a nice neutral pelvis. And then you can even connect your torso to your thigh bones. Right? From here, find the four corners of your feet. Drop your head. And then maybe grab opposite elbows. If that's too intense, you can always press into a block. Keep your hands on the floor. From here, just stay in this still position for a few breaths. Let gravity do the work here. No tension in your eyes and your jaw. You're paying attention to your hamstrings and also the fronts of your legs. Pull up through the kneecaps. That'll engage your quadriceps to help out. From here, if swaying feels good, go ahead and do that. You can sway like this or be like a piece of seaweed. Now just remember, whenever you come into a forward fold position, you can keep your knees bent. That's not cheating, that's helping your alignment. So coming back to center, go ahead and bring the hands to the floor. Let's keep the left hand in the center, but it's still under your shoulder. Bend the left knee. Inhale the right arm high. You can stay here, or bring the hand to the small of the back, or maybe it tucks into the hip crease. And 3, 2, and 1, come back to forward fold. Keep the right hand in the middle. Inhale the left arm high and the right knee's bent. Open it up, stay here, or find the small of your back, that flat part of the sacrum, or the right hip crease. In 3, 2, and 1, fold. Bring your feet either toes to touch, or they can stay hip width, and we're going to just curl it up one vertebrae at a time. Hands up. From here, lining the earlobes over the shoulders, finding the four corners of your feet. Inhale, the arms go up. Let's bring the right hand down. Lift and open the side body. Inhale up, lengthening both sides of the waist. Left hand down, open. Inhale up, Little cactus of the back, open just the upper back. Inhale, up you go. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Bringing your fingertips to your shins, inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. This time flip the palms, come up, inhale. We'll do one more set of side bends, right arm down. Lift and open. Spin the ribs towards the sky. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Halfway lift, nice flat back. This time, plant your hands in that down dog position and come to plank. Pushing the floor away, be super strong through your legs. And we'll go past chaturanga, we're going to come all the way to the mat. Slide your hands back slightly. Slide your hands back slightly. All 10 toenails are down. Kneecaps lifted. As you inhale, lift the chest. Keep the elbows in. And exhale, lower. Just come to a point that it feels like a good stretch. No pain in the lower back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And these are always available instead of upward facing dog. Tuck the toes under. Either come up to a plank on your knees or lift your kneecaps. Press it straight up. Come to down dog. And we're just going to go through 2 sun A's, vinyasas. Trying to get that 90-degree angle in your hip crease here. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward, step, jump, top of the mat. Fingertips to the shins, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. This time, flip the palms, rise up, inhale. And we're just going to open the heart, exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, jump or step, high plank, toes or knees, chaturanga or lower down, cobra or up dog, to downward facing dog. I'm going to do that one more time. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward, float or step, top of the mat, inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold, mountain pose, inhale, open heart, exhale, inhale up, exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Halfway lift, plant the hands, high plank, go through your vinyasa. To downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg high. And then bend that knee, open the hip. You can do some circles with that right knee around the right hip joint. Inhale here. As you exhale, bring the knee to your nose, hug it in. Step the foot on the inside of the right thumb. And if the foot doesn't come up so the knee and ankle are in line, help it forward with your right hand. All right, before we find another posture, just warm up this pose. Your feet have their own lanes. And again, your right knee's over your ankle. Your hands are on the outsides of your right hand's on the outside of your right foot. All right, from here, drop your left knee. Let's just walk the hands up to the right. Find length in the side body. Extend the arms up. Inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to twist to the right. From here, bring your right hand towards your left calf, and then open through the heart. Bring the left hand down, right arm high, lift the left knee, twisted low lunge. And just pause here. Be super strong in your left leg. Let's come back to center. Drop the left knee again, shift it back. Half Hanuman. So you keep your toes tucked. Gonna roll out the ankle and then point the toes towards you. As you lengthen through your sternum, hinge at the hips to fold. From here, you can stay there or do more of a toe stretch by bringing it all the way down to the heel. Come back forward to low lunge briefly and then all the way around, wide leg forward fold. Your feet create are parallel. Your feet are parallel. And do whatever you want here. Root down through those four corners, maybe walk the hands underneath the legs, maybe you're just gonna hang out here on this first one. Don't lose track of your breath here. Bringing your hands under your shoulders, little halfway lift. Bend the right knee, come onto the left heel. So anybody with some knee issues can stay right up here. You're still gonna feel the left hamstring. If your knees are good, you can come all the way down. Okay. So folding more into the left leg to get the hamstring open. From here, right hand down, right tricep presses into the right thigh, and then we'll do a twist, left arm high. Come back down, transfer through your wide leg forward fold, bend the left knee, come onto the right heel, stay up high, or come all the way down. Curl the right toes towards you and lean into that right hamstring. And then we'll do the twist. Left tricep, hand to the floor. Inhale, open it up. Come back down to center. And then however you want, you're gonna shift from side to side. Again, be nice to your knees, either up high. You can even bring your hands to your heart and shift back and forth. And then after you've evened out your sides, come back to wide leg forward fold. Walk your hands out like they're going to down dog. Set that foundation of your hands and then press the weight into your heels as your chest goes through the gateway of your shoulders. Broaden your collarbone here. See if you can slide the shoulders back away from your ears so they're not succumbing to gravity. Should feel a nice stretch in the middle of the upper back. Walk the hands back under your shoulders, a little halfway lift, and then back to the front of your mat. High plank. Go through your vinyasa, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Bend that knee, open the hip. Root down through the right foot, and then let's do some knee circles here, all around the hip joint. Hold the open hip position, inhale, and then bring the knee to your nose. Hug it up and in, hollow out. Use your core strength. From here, find a little bit of movement, side to side. And then back to center. Drop your right knee. Walk the hands up to the left. All right, find the length in the side body and bring your arms up. Inhale. As you exhale, twist open arms to the left. From here, the left arm reaches towards the right calf. The right arm reaches up to the sky. Moving into twisted low lunge, right hand down, left arm high, the right knee lifts. Let's come back to low lunge, drop the right knee again, half Hanuman, shift it back. Point and flex, lift the sternum, hinge from the hips. Stay here or find an added toe stretch by bringing the hips closer to the heel. This might not be so hot on your knee joint. So stay in that higher position if that's the case. Come back to low lunge. You're going to walk it around, wide leg forward fold. Grab the outsides of the feet maybe this time with the big toes. High flow. So just a little more intensity here on this side. Two more breaths. And then walk the hands under the shoulders again. Let's come into that down dog hand position. And then press the weight into the heels. Open through the sternum and chest. Broaden the collarbone, but relax the neck. The weight's in the heels. And then go ahead and walk the hands back under the shoulders, little halfway lift. Back to low lunge position. And let's bring the feet together at the top of the mat. Inhale halfway, exhale fold. Chair pose, sink the hips, draw the navel in. So nice neutral tailbone. Inhale. As you exhale, open arm twist to the right. Come back to center, inhale. As you exhale, open arm twist to the left. Come back to center, inhale, palms touch, forward fold. Halfway lift, plant the hands, jump or step, chaturanga or lower down, up dog to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale all the way through to low lunge. Drop the left knee, crescent moon. Inhale up. Lengthen up through the sky. Press the hips forward. In 3, you're going to come back to low lunge. 2 and 1. Back to low lunge. Press your hip points down. Slide the left heel to a 45-degree angle and straighten the right. It's the variation of pyramid pose. Lengthen, tailbone to head, and then hinge forward to fold. We'll hold this first one. Make sure if your right leg is almost straight, make sure you're pulling up through the kneecap, engaging the quadricep. Always lengthening on the inhale, finding a little more depth on the exhale. And 3, you're going to step it back to low lunge. 2 and 1. Step it back, low lunge. Navel drawn tightly into your spine. Float the arms up. Inhale. From here, you can stay still or come up to the right toes for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the heel down. Bring your left hand behind you. Grab your thigh. Reach up through the right arm and open the heart. Stay committed to your right knee. Okay, so that right knee is bent. In 3, you're going to come to warrior 2. 2 and 1. Drop the heel, open the arms to the side. Okay. So the alignment here is right heel either to the middle of the left foot or right heel to left heel. And your right knee tracks over your pinky toes. From here, inhale, straighten the front leg, palms touch. Keep the legs straight and bring the arms back parallel to the ground. From here, inhale, track forward. And exhale, triangle pose. Hand to the shin or the floor. Left hand reaching towards the sky. Open through the left side body. And using the left obliques, come up, arms parallel to the ground again. From here, bend the right knee, reach forward, extended side angle. You can bring your hand to your thigh or the floor. And we're going to transition here to twisted low lunge. So bring your left hand down, pivot onto your left toes, and reach through the right hand. Stay here, or a little more intensity would be bringing your right toes to the corner of your mat. Drop your heel, pressing your hip towards the mat. Come back around to low lunge. Plant your weight on your right foot. Standing splits. You can stay here, you can use your blocks for your hands, or maybe grab the back of your right leg with your right arm to find a little more depth. Flex the left foot and lift. In 5, we're going to bring both feet together in a forward fold. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet together, forward fold. Again, on this forward fold, grab the backs of the legs and pull down. Release the hands to the mat, chair pose. Inhale. Let's bring the hands to your heart. Lengthen forward. Left elbow either to the middle of the thighs or to the right thigh. Lengthen again and twist, bringing the hands to your heart space. In 5, we'll come back to forward fold. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fold. Halfway lift, plant the hands, high plank, go through your vinyasa for the other side. Inhale, left leg high, all the way through to low lunge. Drop the right knee, lengthen up, and open the heart. In 3, back to low lunge, 2, and 1, back to low lunge. Spin the right heel to a 45 degrees, straighten the left, lengthen through the sternum and chest, hinging at the hips to find your fold. Lengthening on the inhale, a little more depth on the exhale. In 5, we're going to come back to low lunge. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to low lunge, navel to spine, straight up, crescent lunge. Stay here or come onto the left toes. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach the right arm back to your right thigh, lengthen up to the sky, and open the heart. In 5, we're going to come to warrior 2. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Warrior 2. Inhale. Settle in on your exhale. Next inhale, straighten the front leg, palms touch. Keep legs straight. Your arms come back. Lengthen forward. Trikonasana, hand to shin or floor. Open the body. Open the right side of the body like you're being pressed between a piece of glass. Come on up. From here, reach forward, bend the knee, extended side. And then twisted, right hand down, left hand to the sky. You can stay right here or turn your toe towards the corner of your mat and reach back. Let's come back to low lunge. Root down through the 4 corners of your left foot. Standing splits. Dial the right pinky toe down. You can stay here or maybe grab the outside, the back of your left foot. Flex the right toes so you continue to lift that leg. In 5, we'll come back to forward fold. Feet together. 3, 2, and 1. Feet together. Grab the outsides and fold. Release the hands. Chair pose. Inhale. Hands to heart. Lengthen. Right elbow to outer thigh, lengthen and twist. So try to keep that right knee from popping forward. And this left shoulder, keep it down and away. Forward folding 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Forward fold. From here, bend both knees slightly. You're going to lift the left leg, standing splits. This time, Jiva squat. So inhale here, exhale Jiva, knee behind knee. Inhale, press. Exhale, Jiva. Inhale, press. This time, hold that Jiva squat. I'm going to show you this way. Tuck the toes under and come all the way to a seat. Okay, if this is too much, you can always straighten the left leg straight out. From here, you're trying to sit on both sit bones. Bring the hands behind you. Find nice length in the spine. And then we'll keep the right hand down. Inhale the left arm high. Left elbow can hook, or you can simply grab it and twist. Again, you're trying to keep the spine long, so you don't want to twist with this roundness. So if you have quite a bit of roundness, just come out of the twist a little. Two more breaths. And then gently come out of the twist, and we'll do a little counter, like walking to the other side. You can come to the hands or maybe to the shoulders. Drop your head and neck. Come back, hands out in front. We're going to come back into that standing splits position. All right, coming forward. Your left leg is high. Then bring the feet together and fold. Grab the backs of the legs. Hands out in front. This time the right leg high. Dial the right pinky toe down. Inhale. Exhale, Jiva. Inhale, press. Exhale, Jiva. Press and Jiva. This time, have a seat. This posture we're going into is called Ardha Matsyendrasana. So hands by your hips, find that height. You're trying to get that left sit bone down. Not so easy. And again, you can straighten the right leg if it's too intense. Keep the left hand down this time. Inhale the right arm high. Start to twist and hook. Or again, hug. Inhale, length into spine. Exhale, maybe a little more depth of twist. It's always interesting also to notice how this side feels way different than the other. Two more breaths. And then start to release gently that counter twist, either stay on the hands or come to the forearms. Let's come back to center, hands out in front, standing splits. Then bring the feet together. Come and do a little ball. And then come all the way up, mountain pose. Inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Mountain pose, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Plant your hands. You can go through a vinyasa if you want, or simply come into down dog. Pause here. into cow face. Now we'll go into half pigeon from here. Inhale, right leg high, right knee to right wrist. Extend the left leg so it's parallel to the mat. The right hip is way off the mat, block or pillow. Square up the hips. Right, so you don't want to be sitting on the right hip. And if this bothers your right knee joint, then you can come into a figure 4 on your back. Okay? From here, fold forward. Three more breaths. Go ahead and come up to your hands. We're going to come into a three-legged dog open hip again. So tuck the left toes, bring your right leg high, and then bend the knee, open the hip. You can stay right here, or flip your dog, bring the hips high. Coming back around to downward facing dog. Taking a breath or two here. When you're ready, left leg high. Left knee to left wrist, setting up the half pigeon. Okay. Extending the right leg so it's parallel. And just finding length in the sides of the body. Prop maybe underneath the left hip. You want to keep the hips square. You don't want to have one higher than the other. So if you're up nice and high, you just want to make sure that prop is helping you keep the hips square. And then come in to your sleeping pigeon. Check in with your breath. Three more breaths. Come up to your hands. Come up to your hands, tuck your right toes, three-legged dog. Stay here, or flip your dog if you did so on the other side. I'm going to stay here because I believe I would land in the wall. So if you did, go ahead and flip the dog. Hold it. Rainbow the hips up. Reach open through your heart. And then bring the left leg back. And we'll come back to downward facing dog. Bring the knees to the floor. I'm going to have you go ahead and come all the way onto your back. And we'll come into Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring a hand to your heart and a hand to your belly. outsides of your knees. Bring your knees together and into your chest. Let's do some circles with the lower back. And bring your feet to the mat. Bring them as wide as your mat. Cactus the arms out, and we'll just windshield wiper back and forth. Next time the knees go to the right, stay there. And then once again, windshield wiper back and forth. Next time the knees come to the left, stay there. And then go ahead and bring your knees back facing the sky into your chest. Extend the legs up your imaginary wall. Just rooting down through every vertebrae. And then the second to last asana. Grab the insides of your feet, dead bug. Get the thigh bones on the outsides of your ribs. Find a little bit of movement here. And as always, there's another posture you want to do. Go ahead and do that. Otherwise, come into your final asana, which can always be Shavasana or any other restorative pose, meaning a pose where you can be still. Please take as much time as you'd like in this final posture. I'll leave you here, bringing your hands to a prayer position and then their thumbs to the center of your forehead. It is always an honor and a privilege to guide you through your practice. May there be peace in your minds and peace in your hearts. Namaste.